Hi, my name is Eliezer Montaño, and this is a presentation for the course Research Pedagogical Practice. Okay, so the purpose of this presentation is to talk to you about a research project that I carried out during my pedagogical practice at the Adventist School of Cartagena. So the title that I did or that I established for this research was gamified activities to improve motivation in 8th grade English classes at the Adventist School of Cartagena. So this school, as its name states, is located in Cartagena, Colombia, and most precisely, it is actually in Maria Auxiliadora. That's the neighborhood. And well, basically, this school serves as a diverse group of young learners, right? So the students that I worked with, they are middle school, around 13 to 14 years old, and they come from different backgrounds, of course. Like they have different levels of motivation towards learning English. Some students, of course, are shy. Some of them are just like reluctant to participate, while others maybe are more confident. So we can say that a common challenge that they had was their low motivation and lack of interest that they had in like in the traditional English classes, to say it in that way. So that's the reason why I put this name to the research. And my main objective with this was to increase students' motivation and also their participation, because I mean both are necessary in English classes, of course. And but not only that, it was by applying gamified and game-like activities, because what we need is to explore if these activities could help improve their attitude towards learning English. All right. So with all that said, let's continue. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the literature review. So what I did basically to prepare my research, I basically reviewed different studies about motivation, students' engagement, everything that has to do with gamification, games in education. So these studies showed me that using games and those gamified strategies in the classroom can make learning, of course, like in all sense, more fun, more engaging, and especially when teaching a foreign language like English. So, for example, there were some studies like the ones I consulted by Esquivel and Voluntary that revealed that game-based activities help students to stay active, to stay interested during lessons, and this works basically supported the idea that motivation is in all means like a key factor in language learning success. So I could say that the literature review somehow helped me to understand how those strategies uh, had been effective previously and in other contexts as well. And well, that basically set the foundation for me to design my own activities for those young learners, but here in Colombia, like in this context in a specific. So for my research process, what I planned and what I did was a series of gamified activities. There are some evidences in here that you can see in the poster. They're not that clear because the poster was like very big, so my apologies for that. But yeah, I mean, because many students did not have access to electronic devices in classes, most games were more traditional and interactive. You can see in there that there is an evidence in which I uh, take with me the video beam of the school and I display a game in on the whiteboard so that the students could participate and be more engaging with the class. And but that's something that I could not do constantly because maybe I would have loved to bring or to make Kahoot games or different ones or quizzes. But the thing is that most of the students didn't count with that technological part. So that's why I decided to go ahead with more dynamic games and more the ones that are more classical, like for example the hot potato, mimics, races that are done towards the whiteboard. So let's say that I divide the students in two groups. So each one of them goes to the whiteboard and they just write everything that based on the activity. So that's pretty much what I did. And of course, I had some challenges like the one I mentioned before. The limited technology, time management, but the activities in general, I think that were well. Actually, they were very well received, and like all the students enjoyed every time that I did those games. So the main findings that I could say of my research show that gamified activities help students to become more engaged somehow and motivated to learn English. And of course, like they enjoy all the classes and more and participated with less fear, and they were not afraid of making mistakes. And I mean, I understand that the increase in motivation did not always directly improve their grades, which that says that basically the fun activities need to be balanced, of course, with meaningful learning objectives, because that's something that I had to do and that I didn't do. So one limitation was that the fact that I only had 2 months to do this. I would have loved to prepare this better, but unfortunately it was just a short time, and it made it very difficult, to be honest, to measure everything. It would have been great to measure everything in long-term effects. So there were technical issues, and the ones that I mentioned to you. And I think that for the future, I can recommend like longer studies, better teaching training, and improved access to technology. Because gamification should be seen not only as a way like to make classes fun, but as a valuable method. Let's say yeah, like a valuable method to enhance language learning. So that would be the recommendation. Of course, I would have loved to cover more things, but these are the most specific ones that I can bring out to you about the research that I carried out. So I hope that this video has been helpful to you, and I hope that you have a good day. See you soon.